and gentlemen, welcome to Talks with Todd.
Yeah, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, man. Season 5 is here, man. It has been great so far. We about to have another great hip hop topic. And listen, make sure y'all get in the comments. Make sure y'all call in and give y'all opinions on this topic. It's gonna be really dope. We got Miles in the building. We got my homie Mel remote in the building. What's up, man? How y'all been doing? How y'all been doing, man? Y'all been good? Can you hear? Mel, can you hear us? He can hear us. We can't hear him. Yeah.
There you go.
There we go. How y'all been,
Okay,
man?
you
Y'all
hear
been
me?
all right?
I'm good. I'm good, man.
That's what's up. That's
Ready
what's
for
up.
spring. Ready for spring.
You and me both, bro. Man, before we get into the topic, real quick, let me ask y'all. Well, actually, let me tell y'all. I went back and listened to some Royce. And I told y'all the last time we talked about Royce, my favorite album was Layers. I changed my mind. It's Allegory.
Allegory.
It's
Allegory is
Allegory.
fire.
It's Allegory, dog. It,
Allegory is fire.
yeah, it's definitely Allegory now, man. I've been rocking out to that for a little minute now. For the past few days, I say I've been going back listening to that. So yeah, the Allegory is definitely a great album. It shows growth. And I like the message in the Allegory too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I think is really dope about
The
it.
You
allegory.
could definitely see why I was Grammy nominated because he would definitely step outside of and you can see it though from Layers into Book of Ryan
Yep.
and then into Allegory, like the growth just from those three albums alone. Like not to mention he been in the game since 98, 97.
Yep.
But just those alone is just crazy. Like those three albums, being his last three albums, and you can see the growth.
Yeah. You could definitely see the growth.
Allegory was about his life, like him changing, right? About his addiction and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he also, and normally I kind of grew out of liking skits on the album, but his skits, it's like they
They
made
mean
sense.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they mean
meant
something.
something. It just wasn't something for entertainment purposes.
Right.
It was educational purposes.
It wasn't Dr. Dre's.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like in the beginning,
No, yeah.
he got the father and the son talking and about if I gave you money and then you get out of you get out here in the world by yourself and you got to ask somebody for some money. What did I do? You failed me financially. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like
Right,
that. Yeah, it was really dope. It was really dope.
It's a
really
teachable
dope.
moment. Like those skits are teachable moments. Like it's few people who do stuff like that. Like Kendrick. If
Yeah.
you go into Good Kid, Mad City, and those skits in between, they tell a story. Like it's not a filler. You know what I'm saying? It's not just to fill out the album. This
Right.
really means something to the album and to the
Gotcha.
story that I'm
Yeah.
trying to convey. So
Okay.
I love
Yeah.
that. I love that album.
Yeah. It's a really great album. So we're gonna get into the topic, man. What makes an album classic? Now, before we get into it, we gonna give it a little minute. What would you say is a classic album? I'm gonna let y'all go. Miles, you go first, and then Mel.
The first classic album I was actually introduced to was LL Cool J, Radio.
Okay, that was the first classic album.
Yeah, because he had almost like 8 singles off of that. And he only had 10 songs on the album.
Okay.
So that's probably one of my first classics. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Yeah, right. You had a Rock the Bells and a Rock the Bells remix that was ridiculous. Both of them was good records.
Yeah.
Then you had I Need Love. Then you had Dear Yvette. Then you had Radio. I mean, you just had a lot of songs off of one album. It was classic.
Yeah.
He have never been able to beat that album.
I can see that.
You know what I mean?
I understand
The closest he came up was Bigger and Deffer. To me.
Okay, Mel, what about you, bro?
When I think of classic albums, a lot of R&B albums come to mind, but it's like hip hop is so like I don't know why we judge hip hop so differently. It's so hard to like we're so critical when it comes to hip hop. There's a lot of hip hop albums out there that I would say are personal classics for me. But I think the first classic album that I heard, 1996, I was 11,
Hmm.
maybe. So, All Eyes on Me, when that
All
came
eyes.
out, I
Mm.
thought it was perfect. I thought it
Okay.
was perfect. Nothing needed to be done to it. There was no, it might have been something that could have been left off of it, but I didn't skip it. I
Okay.
wasn't skipping anything. Now, it was a double disc, so there was a lot of music
To
Yeah.
to
consume,
digest,
yeah,
but I could put that on and I'm still press play and I'm not skipping.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I hear you.
For me, my first time being introduced to a classic album, it had to be AZ Pieces of a Man.
Oh wow.
That was to me,
Hmm.
that was a classic album. Like it wasn't just party songs. It's like he had the flash music, like, you know what I'm saying, stuff, the hustlers could party to, whatever. Then he had the storytelling. He talked about struggle as a black man. Like he put a lot on that album. And at the time I didn't understand it all completely, but when it got explained to me in just talking form, I understood everything, every word, and I thought it was a masterpiece. So yeah, Pieces of a Black Man was my first classic I got introduced to.
And I think that's for context, I think that's the difference, like with hip hop, like, because you can say for me, when you say for me, it's like, okay, like I understand, like this meant something to him in a time and space. Like when it goes to that moment in time and you put that album on and you reflect and you get to that place of nostalgia, it's like it's classic for me. But if you throw that in the ring with every other with what everybody else would constitute to be a classic album, there would be debate. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it'd be a
That's
debate
what
for
hip
sure.
hop is.
But yeah, and that's exactly what it is. I do believe that if I was if we had more of a broader conversation with like other
Mhm.
people, somebody would argue with me and say "Do or Die" is a classic over "Pieces of a Man." I
Mhm.
I just look
What's
at
Piece of Man his first one?
second one.
Okay.
"Do or Die" was the first one.
Okay.
Then "Pieces of a Man."
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people, and then you got people who say that "Pieces of a Man" is a classic, but it's not their favorite AZ album. Some people put Asiatic above everything else because it's their favorite album. There's a difference between what's a classic and what's your favorite.
Definitely.
So I understand that too. But
Because what Mel said about the Tupac,
yeah.
it would be Temptation.
Oh, okay.
Because that had Dear Mama. It had like 4 or 5 hits on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It did. It did. I understand that.
No, Me Against the World.
Yeah.
It's called Me Against the World.
Me Against the World. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
great. Yeah, Me
Yeah,
Against the World was a great.
now that was a classic album.
Yeah.
I think they related the double disc as a classic because it was Tupac's first double disc and
Yeah.
right before he died. So.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that it got put into it was like an honorable mention classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that what in my opinion what stopped All Eyes on Me from being the classic was some of his features. Like I didn't like people rapping after Pac like that.
They shouldn't. They should shut up.
Yeah.
They should just shut up.
Yeah, and I think that's what kept it out of that conversation. But if it was just all, I could see why somebody would say that. Now, generally, a classic rap album is defined by lasting cultural impact, timeless sonic quality, and innovation that redefines or pushes the boundaries of the genre. Key markers include, but are not limited to, no skips, track lists, immense replay value, high level lyrical and production artistry, and the ability to influence subsequent generations of artists. Now, when you think of that definition of a classic album, what are some albums that come to mind? Like outside of what your first introduction to a classic, what are some other albums that come to mind for y'all?
I'm not gonna lie. The Chronic instantly.
Okay.
Because we say sonically, the Chronic at that time had to be the best sonically correct album ever
Okay.
for rap music.
Okay. Oh, Tam said the Fugees.
Yeah, the score.
Yep, the score.
But
Yep.
based off the definition you gave,
Yeah.
no. Because they had a muddy album.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had a Muddy Sunday record.
I liked a lot of joints off of there, but I didn't put that in now if you want to talk about Miseducation by Lauryn Hill,
Miseducation, yeah.
that's to me that's a classic.
They recorded that album like an R&B album.
Yeah.
You know, I could tell that they treated her like an R&B artist.
Yeah, because she could sing too.
Yeah.
So I understood what they was doing. Yeah, but that I could say that could definitely that definitely came to mind with that, you know, that definition, because that was a great album.
I'm not gonna lie.
It empowered a lot of, well, at least in that time, it empowered a lot of women. You know,
I can't lie. Rick Ross' first album, I don't even know the name of it. But
Port of Miami.
The sonically, the Olympian, the people who produced Rick Ross, you know, they was from Michigan.
Yeah.
And so they did that damn thing, bro.
Yeah, they smoked it.
Yeah.
They smoked it.
I'm gonna say Marshall Mathers LP for me.
Marshall
Just
Mathers
hearing
LP.
it, just the difference, like from the Slim Shady LP, where my first introduction to Eminem's albums was the Marshall Mathers LP. Now I've heard pieces of Slim Shady LP before that, but like when he first came out with the "Hi, my name is," it was like, it's all right, it's cool, he rapping. But when I heard the Marshall Mathers LP, I said, oh, this as an artist, this is defining, like, genre than music. This is like defining moments in hip hop and music. Period. Like when that came out, it was crazy.
Yeah, but you know, the first album was not produced by Dr. Dre.
Who's the producer by?
It was produced by DJ Head.
Oh,
I could
really?
believe that.
It
Okay.
was produced by somebody from Detroit, and the mastering of the first album went through almost 2 or 3 master versions of it.
Damn.
And the fact that Dr. Dre had nothing to do with that first album really until he put his lyrics on those songs, because those songs originally was rapped by Royce.
Yeah, and see
I can see that.
Yeah, Royce was killing the game then.
Yeah.
Oh, my boy Carlton, what's up, bro? He said Slick Rick, The Great Adventures of Slick Rick.
Yes, it's a classic.
Yep.
Definitely a classic.
And Wu-Tang, Enter 36 Chambers.
I disagree.
Which Wu-Tang do you think?
None of them.
None of them was classic.
Hot take. Oh, that's a hot take right there.
Oh yeah. All right, come on. Let's
they're
hear
gonna
it.
get
Let's
you for
hear it.
that one.
I think Wu-Tang is probably one of the most overrated groups ever. And to me, they cultivated no part. Method Man did. I believe Method Man held his own. That's why nobody really cared about the other people. Raekwon and Ghostface came through when street music got more popular.
Yeah.
You know, because New York street rap got back in the system, because Kool G Rap was really like the king of street hip hop in the beginning.
Yeah, he was.
You feel me? And then Ghostface and Raekwon kind of like brought it back. You know what I mean? In the sense of Wu-Tang being on the street.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I think they blew up so quick to where they had no street recognition. They just had world fame.
Yeah, you're right.
The variety of Wu-Tang was so massive to where you had to find something you liked on Wu-Tang.
So yeah, you're right. You're right about that. I haven't heard a Wu-Tang album that I could say is personally I could say it's a classic, but I can't say I've heard good Wu-Tang projects.
I heard good.
Yeah,
I heard good songs.
Yeah, I've heard.
I heard, but projects no. Like all the way through.
Like all the way through. Because
Yeah,
sometimes
I agree though. I haven't heard a Wu-Tang album, but I'm like, oh, this is
all the way through.
No.
I'm not listening to it all the way. And I think the closest that comes to that probably is 36 Chambers though. So
36 was that produced by RZA?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I like RZA production, but it was too much Chinese stuff, and I think that's why Meth was like, you know, hey, RZA, you don't have to produce this song if you don't want to. You know what I mean? Because I mean, I think if they would have stuck into the culture, it would have hit better. And I think RZA is a better actor than he is a producer.
I agree. Now here are some of the top like frequently cited classics: Nas, Illmatic, Dr. Dre, The Chronic, and then you got Ready to Die by Biggie, Jay-Z's Blueprint, Outkast
Nope.
Aquemini, and Tupac All Eyes on Me.
See,
So do y'all agree
but
with? Go ahead.
no, I don't.
Okay. What, Mel? You go ahead. What do you disagree with as far as being a classic on this
It,
list?
it was written is better than Illmatic.
I agree.
Yeah,
If you're
definitely.
gonna make Illmatic a classic, you got to make It Was Written a classic. I'm not saying Illmatic is not a classic because a lot of people's gonna put it as a classic because of
It was his
the way
first.
it came out. It's his
Yeah.
first album. Nobody expected this to be so massive, so great, so good, so early.
And he changed hip hop. He changed the way
Yeah.
people rhyme. So
Yeah.
I think that's why that's really why they put it as a.
You think he changed it?
I think he changed. I think he made people step their game up and really put their pen to work after
I
that
think he
album
was different.
dropped.
I think he was definitely different.
So it made people that's in the industry change their game.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
But far as
But sonically, I'm putting It Was Written before Illmatic.
definitely.
Yeah, so I agree with you with that, Mel.
Hold on, Blueprint. That's a hot take. I don't know how many people agree, but Blueprint is not Jay-Z's like magnum opus or his best album,
That
or
was
even
that was the beginning. I'm not gonna lie. So
I don't know.
the story
I'm not
behind
gonna give it a
Blueprint,
classic.
if you think about it, Rockefeller changed the game of the music industry with that album.
Yeah, they did.
Jay-Z and Jay-Z was pissed when it got what you call that? When people copy your stuff?
Bootleg.
Oh,
when
it got
they got bootleg.
Back in the Napster days.
Yeah. So when I had 2 record stores then, and I remember they called all local retail to every headquarters. There's the headquarters of Interscope Records, of that genre of Def Jam and all them.
Yeah.
They was right on Big Beaver and Crooks,
Okay.
and they called us in, and Jay-Z, Dame Dash had we had an intercom conference on the phone, and mind you, at this particular time, Best Buy was buying their tapes. Buying the CDs for, if they were selling for $8.99, they was buying them for $6.99 or $7.99.
Yeah.
So Jay-Z and Dame Dash Dame Dash was just yelling all on the intercom, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if he was holding it in his hand like, what the fuck is going on? You know?
Right.
Jay-Z, he said as calm as this. He said 1, 2, 3, 4. And we was like, what the hell 1, 2, 3, 4 mean? He said that's how much CDs going for retail, no matter who you are.
Right.
And the distribution department for Kmart, they were real huge then. And the departments for Target, Walmart, all of them, well, Walmart wasn't that big. And for Best Buy, they're like, we only sell it for $9.99. Jay-Z said, we're not even buying your marketing program this go round. And anybody know the marketing programs cost like $120,000 a month.
Right.
So he just took himself out there fighting everything. And so retailers that's independent, we struggled because we had to buy that CD. We had to sell the CD for $20
Right.
in order to make some money, right? They didn't care. They said it's gonna be hot. Trust us for this. Jay-Z like, trust me for this. It's gonna bring you more traffic.
Right.
And when he did that, man, and that following Tuesday, every record store you named was full of people trying to buy the Blueprint. The Blueprint sold out. I sold out 120 CDs before I even opened, bro.
Damn.
We sold 100. We sold just out of each store is 120 CDs.
I bought it in the store and I bought it on bootleg. Somebody was on the Greenfield bus. I was on my way to Northland.
Yeah, because the story
Somebody
was
held the-
because the
somebody
story
had
was
the
it was an
CD.
extra song on the bootleg, but it wasn't.
Got you. Carlton said, I agree with Blueprint. It's his second best, but Reasonable Doubt is the first clap. He said that's his first clap.
No, hell no.
Carlton, I hear you, bro, but I disagree with that only because I listened to Jay-Z from volume 1 to backwards.
Right.
So volume 1 to me, that was my opening to Jay-Z. I had to really go back and listen to Reasonable Doubt. And
Yeah.
some of them songs was cool,
Man.
but some of them joints he lost me on. Like I don't know whether it was the flow or just the music, but sonically to me that
Sonically,
it wasn't
good.
good. Like
yeah. Johnny
I
J
really
was infamous for rapping over mediocre beats.
yeah.
In the
So
beginning.
I think like what you guys were saying, Blueprint started it. I think his classic, his magnum opus, is Black Album.
Black
Yeah.
I
Album.
think it's Black Album.
Black
Black
Album.
Album.
Are you
For
not
me.
entertained?
Yeah, Black Album. That was his magnum. That was the classic to me.
That's
I
what I
know-
wanted to. That's when I think about our classic albums. I want to be in the studio, witness it being birthed from the inception to when it's birthed, like when it comes out, when it comes to fruition.
Yeah,
Like in the Black Album, I would love to be in every session.
Yes,
Like I want to see how every song is made on that album.
but
That's how I.
I'm sorry, but thank God for that movie.
Oh yeah, the
Oh
Blackout.
yeah,
The
Fade to Black.
blackout,
Man,
fade to black, fade to black,
Fade to Black.
fade to black made everyone to me like with the experience you just said. It gave me that experience.
One of my
Yeah.
one of my favorite parts of that whole doc was when he said, "When you get in the booth, you just gotta let God in."
Ooh, you most
That
definitely.
was my
Door
favorite
open.
part, man.
Yeah,
Because that's
you
when
just
because he
go
was
open
trying
and
to
let God
he was explaining to somebody about how he don't write
Right,
paper.
yeah.
His process. Yeah, his
Yeah,
process.
So yeah, that was dope.
I like the fact when they showed him going to back to one of the founders or the one of the first producers who started making hit records, Rick Rubin.
Rick Rubin, yep. And he wasn't. He didn't look nothing like how I thought he looked. Like
No,
that was.
he looked exactly what I didn't know he was gonna look like he's
like he looked
a
like
yoga.
a hippie.
Yeah,
He looked like a hippie.
But he always been a hippie.
I didn't know that though.
Yeah.
That was my introduction.
Now wearing
introduction to
wearing the clothes.
yeah.
No, that's when he look like a yoga hippie.
Yeah, for real. What's up, Rich? What's going on, bro? But yeah, man, I think I do think that Black Album that was that one right there, and I love American Gangster. I think the only if we gonna count, I think that's to me it's considered a classic
Yeah.
with one skip only.
Which one?
That song with Lil Wayne, I hate it.
Which one?
Oh
that
yeah,
song.
that
Brooklyn?
Brooklyn. Hello Brooklyn.
Hello, Brooklyn.
I hate it.
How you
Oh,
doing?
yeah.
Why
He
is
coulda
Lil
did without
Wayne?
that.
Why is Lil Wayne on a song called "Hello Brooklyn"?
Because what I took out of it, this is during the time he was about to sign Lil Wayne. That was gonna be Lil Wayne's introduction into Rockefeller. If you think
I
back,
remember that. I remember that. But he didn't do it.
He didn't do it. And the reason why I don't
I
like
think it
Hello
was
Brooklyn,
working.
huh?
I think they were working together too because
Yeah.
Jay was on Hey Mr. Carter.
Yeah, hey,
On
Mr.
Carter 3,
Todd.
and they was
Yeah.
both around the
Now
Same
same
time.
time.
that song
So
makes
they might have
sense.
did it.
That
They might
song
have did
makes sense.
a song swap. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
but
I
my
can
thing
do it.
is, Hello Brooklyn, you need to get somebody from Brooklyn on there with you. You could have got Fab. You could have got AZ. You could have got anybody else from New York.
You gotta remember he a strategist, bro.
The song, that song didn't seem like a strategy. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, but it just didn't sound good to me.
Yeah.
Like,
I look at it like he's a strategist and he always like to throw jabs and let people know, give them hints on what's to come.
right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Because I didn't like, when I first heard Big Pimpin', I hated that record.
I always liked it.
I never liked the UGK.
Yeah, now that I can agree with you on.
You know
I
what I
didn't
mean?
like UGK.
I never liked UGK.
And the
Never.
only reason why I didn't like them, it wasn't because of the lyrics. It was how slow they rapped.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
There was screw music.
Yeah, right. I hated that. And you know, you talking about somebody that was my first favorite group was Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Right,
So
bum, bum, bum.
I definitely didn't want to hear nobody rap super slow like that.
Right.
So yeah, So
I mean, but when you think about it, though, I just tell people, I had to learn how to like UGK. I didn't start liking UGK until Pimp C died.
same.
When he died, I went like, "What's the big deal about him?" I understand his pimpology and the whole thing, but he couldn't rap to me.
But he couldn't.
He
But
wasn't a lyricist.
he talked real shit.
Right.
That's what I liked about him. Like I look at Pimp C like Prodigy. Like a down south Prodigy. Only
Yeah.
difference is Prodigy rap better than Pimp C to me.
Definitely.
But they was speaking the same language.
Yeah.
I see how you can say that.
They were speaking the same language. They both tried to out the Illuminati.
But
You know what I'm saying?
why try to? This is the only thing I don't. Why try to out something that you're a part of?
He didn't
That's
know.
true too.
He didn't know.
We wouldn't know no difference. The best
Yeah,
thing,
sometimes he didn't know.
what did the devil do? The best,
He did.
What was the devil's trick?
What?
To make people think he didn't exist.
But he that's a long story, but yes.
Yeah.
I understand that, but he didn't exist. He don't exist in the way we think.
Right.
Because if you want to go, the devil is biblical, right? The devil say he's the God, and the devil both said he's not omnipresent.
Right.
So how can the devil be in two places at one time?
I hear you.
So it'd be a whole bunch of BS when people be saying things. I did not like Pimp C because he reminded me of a down south version of Too Short.
Now that's a better comparison.
Right.
And I don't listen to Too Short. Only
Too
time I can listen to Too Short is when he rapping with 40.
Only time.
That's the only time I can listen to Too Short.
That's the only, and I think 40 compliment Short way more better than any rapper ever.
I agree. Now here are some widely recognized essential albums that people call classics: A Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders, or The Low End Theory.
Low End Theory.
Wu-Tang Clan again with the 36 Chambers.
No.
Mel, this one's for you. Eminem, the Marshall Mathers LP.
Thank you.
And of course, we mentioned Lauryn Hill already, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Eric B. and Rakim, Paid in Full.
Definitely.
Yeah. Ice Cube, Death Certificate.
Death Certificate.
Y'all
American Most Wanted.
Okay, that's cool.
Because that was, man.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Mobb Deep, The Infamous.
I never listened to a Mobb Deep album ever.
Oh wow. Okay, Mel. What about you? You agree or disagree?
I can't do Prodigy. Havoc's nice. I'm sorry, bro, and I know this gonna be a hot take, and I know they're gonna kill me in the comments for this, but I can't do Prodigy. I'm sorry. I could do the HNIC.
That project, his solo album.
It was all right, and that's when I was trying like my best to listen to him, and it might have been an epic fail, but I can't. Okay. I like Havoc's production, but I can't do Prodigy.
I get it. Okay, let me finish the list out. Kanye West, The College Dropout.
I agree.
Okay. Mel?
That might not be his best album.
It's not his best one.
No, nah. Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City.
Classic. Instant classic.
And Dr. Dre, 2001.
No. First of all,
why you rush to that one?
I stopped liking Dr. Dre after I found out the truth about the Chronic.
Got you.
What do you mean? What?
95% of everybody on the Chronic, besides the artist, was from Detroit, and they didn't get their credit.
Yeah, I understand.
You like David Ruffin Jr. on there. You got T Green on the bass. You got Butch Moss on the percussions, and the whole thing was G Funk that was stolen from George Clinton.
Right.
So that's all Detroit shit.
Yeah, it is.
But that don't make it not a classic album. That just make Dr. Dre a piece of shit, don't it? Like,
I mean, but if you can't like the person that put hands in shit and then eat their pie. It's just as simple as that. You just can't do it. I mean, that's why I liked Kanye in the very beginning, because I seen him coming from Chicago with his drum machine, bro, and like waiting at the studio and, hey man, can I go in your session? You know what I mean?
He was eager to learn.
Eagerness, yes, and he was coachable.
What about Roots? Philadelphia Halftime, Carlton said.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
They're the first rap group ever to be like how they are. That's why I give them that credit.
Yeah, but I don't think that. What's the second album?
It's called Bitches We Here. No, I don't know, but that's what I'm saying.
I like it better than the first. I like it better than that one. But
yeah, I like it better.
No, the Roots is definitely a staple in hip hop.
What do y'all think about Scarface?
Yes.
Which one?
Diary.
The Diary. Untouchable?
Yep. Carlton talking about The Diary. That's exactly what he's talking about. Y'all consider that a classic?
Definitely. That nigga said, "I leave you shipwrecked with your shit wet." No, that nigga said, "I leave your shit wet while you shipwrecked with your host or something." It was dope. I like that line. Hold on. In the holy or something. Shit, I leave you shipwrecked with your shit wet. Anyway, it was dope.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I started liking the Ghetto Boys.
LL Cool J bad.
Second.
Second. Okay. That's what's up, though. I mean, man, Carlton, man, I got to get you on the show, bro. I forgot how much of a hip hop historian you was, bro.
Sean P say, public enemy, fear of a black planet.
That's before my time.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah. But and you know what, Carlton, I'm glad you mentioned Busta, because he was on a list recently as a list of rappers that didn't have a classic album. Busta, Jadakiss, Ludacris, Fab. And I forgot who else was on that list, but I think 2 other people was before my time. Yeah. But they were all on that list. Do y'all agree with the people that don't have a classic?
Yes.
Ludacris was this close with Word of Mouth.
Yeah, this close.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people say Chicken and Beer was a classic.
That was his first one, right?
No, that's his third album.
Chicken and Beer was a very good album.
It was.
That's one with Throw Them Bows.
I believe so. I think that had Throw Them Bows on there. No, that was on Word of Mouth.
Word of Mouth was
Word of Mouth was good too, though. But yeah, Ludacris made some dope albums. I just don't know about classic. I don't know about classic.
Sean said Busta has classic songs, and he does.
Classic songs and videos. For sure. Yeah. But I don't think he got a classic album though. Like not at least not to me.
What about Fab?
I don't think he got no classic. I said that on one of our episodes before the season started. I don't think Fab got a classic album.
And I think his features is better than the songs.
Well, yeah. If you're putting him up against the mixtape version of himself, yeah.
I call him the Goo Goo Gaga rapper.
Fab?
With
his albums?
Yeah, I mean with his songs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, because
he don't stay like that. See, I know what type of listener you are, bro. You listen to an album once, and if you don't like that one album, you won't go back to listen to nothing else.
Nothing.
I get it. Yeah. I get it.
I ain't gonna lie, because after Q came out with Lethal Injection, I stopped listening to Q.
Got you.
Because you can't be smiling, always grimming and nothing, and then you have nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't do that. I mean, come on, bro.
So as far as being timeless and having longevity, what albums would you put up there?
Ooh, in hip hop?
Yes.
I gotta go back to the Black album. That's timeless, bro.
Mm-hmm. That moment.
And DJ Quick album. You know, to me, I think Dr. Dre stole a lot of flavor from Quick.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Quick really is.
I think Quick will say that too.
Yeah, Quick will say that. Somebody, matter of fact, not too long ago, somebody said DJ Quick is who everybody think Dr. Dre is.
Yeah,
he agreed and retweeted it or something. He did something.
I mean, because Dr. Dre have never made a song. Mm-hmm. Every song he did that was a hit was emulated from something else.
Yeah,
and that's crazy. You know what I mean? All the Dr. Dre Chronic, that's all G-Funk. Yeah. And they had to call it, you know what I mean? Come on, bro. I mean, it's all P-Funk, but he turned it to G-Funk.
So the Black album for you, as far as timeless and longevity. Mel, what about you, bro?
Someday, I can always go back to the Black album. I can always go back to Marshall Mathers LP. I can always go back to, I was just thinking of one. I can always go back to Chronic 2000. I can always go back to Good Kid, Mad City. I was thinking of Kanye when you said College Dropout.
Yeah, that's timeless.
That is a great introduction. That's a great first album.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not his best album, and it's a classic. I'm not going to say it's not a classic. I'm just going to say if you're going to name College Dropout, you're going to have to name My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. All that came together, that piece, that reminds me of like Black Album. That gives me that feeling of like you went in the lab and you had something to prove. It was a redemption album because he did that thing with Taylor Swift and everybody had kind of shunned him. So this was like him saying, I'm still
that guy,
a musical genius. Like you can't deny the music. Like you could deny me as a person and my actions.
Yeah.
But the music is going to speak for itself. And when he dropped that album, it's like Kanye's back. We don't care what he did to Taylor. Nobody cares because he's putting out slaps.
Can y'all still listen to Kanye today?
No.
I give
Man,
Kanye a chance every chance. I don't know why I still give
I
Kanye a
don't
chance.
know. I
I
don't
went and
know.
listened
I don't
to
know why.
every iteration of Bully that I could find on the internet, and I'm not gonna say I was disappointed, but
He was disappointed. Well,
yeah,
and I would say this because he's an emotional being,
yes,
so his
and
emotions
the
come
attention
through on
whore.
his music.
but that's what art is, bro. Art is
Nah,
your
well,
I could deal with the emotions. The
your
attention
feelings.
whoredom is terrible.
no. But here's the thing: that he get poor attention because he make poor decisions in his life.
Yeah,
So his emotions pour through in his music. Like people don't understand when Marvin Gaye recorded his last album, he recorded laying down on the couch because he was depressed and he had to get out this little situation he was in. So he recorded his last album on the couch, and that pain that he felt being stuck in that house, being messed up emotionally, it came through and it made hit records. When he went through something emotional, he made hit records because it came from his heart. Kanye makes shit out of coming from his foolish parts, like his dick, and because he made this last album was a dickhead album. I want to shout out to Richard Heath because Richard Heath said Boogie Down Productions is my philosophy, and that was my shit.
really. Okay.
Man, Boogie Down Productions, Duction, will always get paid.
As far as cultural impact and influence go, I gotta go with Pac. All Eyes on Me.
Yeah. All
Because
eyes on
he,
me, man.
yeah, like he, but that and Machiavelli, to be honest with you, because Machiavelli, he got a little more creative. He had diss somebody on a song that he probably shouldn't have put a diss on, but it sounded good. He made it blend so good.
I see you now. You like drama in music.
But no, it's not that I like drama. I like how people place it.
Yeah.
It's not that I like drama. I just like how he utilized it.
But if you think about All Eyes on Me, though, if you think about the production on that, you got Dre, you got Quick, you got Dash, you got all these different producers, you got all these different elements coming together to make one cohesive project.
That's why I ain't like it.
And that's why I like the Black Album. That's why I like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Family, because you can hear the different elements coming together to make something great. You got Timberland, Pharrell, Kanye West, Just Blaze, all these DJ Quick on the Black Album, and it sounds cohesive. It
Yeah.
sounds like
But they,
everybody was in there sitting and cooking up all in the same session, and that's magic right there. You
but
can't
they
really,
sound like they
it's
was on the
hard to
same.
reproduce that.
But they at least they sound like they're on the same mission.
Yeah.
They
They're on the
sound
same
like
page.
they're on the same page. They're on the same mission. All Eyes on Me was an attention whore-ism album because Dr. Dre couldn't produce that many records. He couldn't even make that many records. And I don't think he
No,
actually
but
did. I don't think he actually did any new records on that album. Those were songs was already made for other people. You feel me?
Yeah.
Dr. Dre is not that on the spot type guy.
Right.
You know, he like to make music by himself. You know what I mean, and play with it. You know what I mean. If you ever learn the story about Dr. Dre, he was about to lose his whole contract, bro. He had a 3-album deal, was $21 million. He spent $21 million on his first 2 albums.
Yeah.
So he's not. Again, if people if people are given the right opportunity, that most of these people didn't had. You know what I mean. Put me in a room with the resources of a $2 million budget.
There you go.
Bro,
Yeah, you gonna make something
My
happen.
shit gonna be so phenomenal. Hey, let's call such and such to play it on Prince's last album to do the pianos and the keys for this. Sure, yay, he's on his way.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you got to think there's a reason people get those big budgets.
what they
Like,
got
they
to,
don't. They look at Dre like you're gonna look at his body of work. When you think about the Chronic, it's like, okay, we got the Chronic and we got the opportunity to make another Chronic. Give
Dr.
him
Dre-
$2 million.
But they-
We're gonna
but-
recoup that in no time.
but he didn't have that opportunity. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
He didn't have.
2001.
Yeah, he didn't have the opportunity like that. That Chronic album was something that was massively done because of where those people were in their life. He called on people that he had relationships with. Come on, George, you are reviving George Clinton, bro, from P-Funk. These Negroes was all addicts. and retired people, right? But you can use them and have them at your crib and do a whole album and get the licensing fee for little or nothing. You know what I mean? If you ever when you get like Dr. Dre, cool. They gave him $21 million to do 3 albums. Right? Been there, done that. The best thing he came out on a whole compilation album was Been There and Done That.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I don't care what. Listen, man, it's some people here that can outproduce. Like, shout out to the Olympians who did Rick Ross album.
Shout out to Scott Storch.
Huh?
Scott Storch.
Oh,
he could outproduce Dre.
Yeah, he definitely got outproduce Dre because he actually know how to play.
Yeah. Yep.
And he don't have to hire musicians to do what
All he
Dre
gotta do
needs.
is do a line, he gone.
Right. So I'm
He
just
outta
saying.
here.
So it's not to discredit Dre. Dre has stood the test of time, but if you got $21 million, you got people who produce albums for way less.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so
But what else? I gotta say another album that had a cultural impact was probably Ready to Die, because Biggie brought a different type of shock value that he caught flack for to this day, but he still brought a different type of shock value to the game that nobody else would creatively would have thought of. And I gotta put last on that album, or as far as impact, I gotta throw Nas on there. For It Was Written.
I'm gonna tell you who had the best impact in hip hop in the middle of the hip hop.
What?
DMX.
Oh yeah.
You have to realize
he had
that
2 classic albums back to back.
Back to
My book.
motherfucking back, most definitely.
My
And
book.
did he have any features? I don't even remember any features.
He had some features. He had some of the
He had
locks on there.
Locks, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, yeah.
I'm talking about any.
They was minimal though. It was minimal.
I think there was a point to where I remember him saying, "I ain't need nobody on my album." They
He
wanted
didn't need them.
They
he
wanted
didn't need those
Jay-Z on his
features.
album. It wasn't like him and Jay-Z was boys.
Yeah. They just ran with the same
It
crew.
was
Irv
competition.
Gotti was
Jay-Z was
the middleman
Jay-Z
for
was for the
everybody.
haves, and
Then-
DMX was for the
Have
have-nots.
nuts. And how about this though? Think about it. You remember they're about to come up with a whole record label.
DMX and Jay
Jay
and Ja Rule.
Ja Rule,
Jay,
and
Ja,
DMX.
and DMX.
I thought they was doing the album together.
They was doing an album together.
No, listen. If you listen to Jay-Z album, he said it's something much more Murder Inc. a much deep and darker link, and he was talking about coming. It was a label.
Oh,
if you
okay.
listen to, I listen to his lyrics.
Yeah.
And he was saying like we coming together, and this is what we gonna do because the Source put out a was it the Source or what was the other hip hop
It was Double XL that
Double-
had that cover that they was
cover.
on.
Yep. So in the front they had their hands behind their back, and
One had a bat, one had a chain, and somebody had a knife, I think.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
it could have been a gun, but that was a limited edition cover, right?
Yeah.
And so when I seen that, I said these motherfuckers, and it said Murder Inc. Records. So people I remember those things, you know what I mean? Because I like when I see people do collaborations.
I like the Ja Rule first album because and that
I
song
like the second album.
song was dope.
Right.
Veni Vidi Vici, no, that was the first album with DMX.
No, I said I like his second album.
Oh,
I
you
like
like the second? Okay.
The second one with the blood.
What?
Yeah.
The second with DMX with the blood.
Oh, no,
No,
we
I'm
talking about Ja Rule.
Oh no, I never liked nothing Ja Rule did.
Yeah, I like this first album. But
Man, to me, he reminded me of Jagged Edge, but he can rap. So,
well, he did. Well, let me explain that real quick, and then I'm gonna move on. Ja Rule did that to separate himself from DMX. It was too many comparisons.
yeah.
So that was on purpose.
Murder.
It was on purpose. It was on purpose. So he was like, let me separate myself. And when he did that, he blew up. Ja Rule was who Drake ended up being. For real.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, Ja Rule ended up being.
I get you.
He was the
I get
first
you.
Drake.
I would say this, and I want to say this too. I like the fact that it was so many secrets kept from us.
Oh yeah,
Because if we wouldn't know the truth, we wouldn't even have the respect for a lot of these artists.
definitely not.
Right. To hear, I have a newfound respect for Irv Gotti. After hearing
Gotti was the conduit. He was the plug between all three of them.
which became the whole plug for New York. You know what I mean? Him and Puffy really weren't fucking with each other at all.
Well, there was two
Puff
alphas
didn't like nobody.
that there was two alphas that wanted to be on top of the game.
top,
So they wasn't gonna get along. Just like Irv didn't get along with Dame. You know,
But I see why, because both of them talk and they both of them loud.
Ex-
But the only thing is, Irv could really do stuff.
Gotcha.
Dame couldn't do
Irv was a
nothing.
producer, yeah. Irv was a
Yeah,
real
there you,
producer. He had
yeah.
an ear for music.
Dame was business,
Yeah,
all
but
business.
but he was a trick business. When I say trick business, it's have you ever watched or even see what 50 doing? That's what I call trick business. They'll trick you out of believing on who you are in order to get what you need, get what they need.
Mm-hmm.
And I've learned that. And New York people like that, they could be bluffing. They damn, they get their throat slit. They're like, go ahead, cut me. My father coming to kill you, kill all y'all.
Yeah.
He ain't got a father.
And believe it.
Right, but he don't got a father.
You gotta believe the lie, man. You can't spell believe without lie in the middle. What about artistic innovation? You know, the albums that pushed creativity to its limits.
Marshall Mathers LP.
No, hell no.
Hey,
What?
that's his opinion.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It's your opinion. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Wait,
sorry.
what? Hold on,
Man,
no,
man,
no.
I'm
Let's go, because I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. But
I'm
let's
willing
go.
to defend this one. I want to defend this.
Go ahead,
because
Miles.
Okay, I'm listening.
listen, this is 2000, right? This is 2000, 2001. I'm in high school. This is like,
Okay.
and this is a white boy from Detroit. This is a white boy penetrating hip hop culture. Everybody have their opinions on what he's supposed to be doing. Should he not be doing? Should he not be here? And I think he just shut everything out and just went in there and made music like for critics. If y'all want to talk, we could talk about this. I'm gonna make music for critics. I got to make a couple songs for the record label. He talked about that with in the way I am, like the way that the label tried to force him to be a certain way, and it kind of forced him to like rebel against the label. He's like, bro, I don't want to be stuck in that "Hi, my name is" box because I'm more than that, and that's what made. I think the storyline behind the Marshall Mathers LP kind of like brought me in because it's like, bro, you didn't hear this, you didn't hear nothing like the Marshall Mathers LP or anything he was making on that album,
You
on
know
the
what?
Slim Shady
He
LP.
didn't have the same producer, bro. And I'm gonna tell you this, and this is the honest to God truth. I think Eminem made the worst albums in hip hop, except for if it was a black guy that did it, had as many chances. How many rappers you know
Oh yeah.
who was
No, they didn't
okay?
get no. They
Okay.
didn't get all them chances Eminem got.
Okay.
But
So
but
hold
that's
on.
what makes it too. That's what made classics too. The marriage, the everything that comes together at the right time. The
What makes
perfect
them
storm, creating a whirlwind or a tornado or a hurricane of music that just like take everybody by storm.
yeah, but
Like,
when
and that's like I'm willing to deal with all the bull, the BS that comes with that, so I can get something great.
so can I ask you a question? I believe in what's the thing when you have a good relationship with people in the same industry. Impotence, well, not impotency. It's not impotency. It's called when Woodley and LeBron's son was having. Yeah,
Oh,
because
nepotism.
nepotism. I agree on nepotism, but this is nothing but white privilege at its very
Oh yeah,
best.
I agree.
So what I'm gonna tell you is when Eminem Marshall Mathers album was done with him because you gotta realize he did a lot of music on his own.
Yeah, he did.
So when he did it, he cut down his budget. So when people got to look at the playbook of budget and spending and all this, you have to look at Jay-Z. So when you have friends that's already in the business, I mean, like Eminem at that time could have talked to anybody he wanted to on this planet.
Yeah.
When you have those resources and your ass lose, you have no other choice but to win. But if your ass lose, you're just a sorry motherfucker at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So we
But
have to.
I got to think about why you had those resources.
But no,
You had those Jay-Z's at your disposal because you're a great artist. Jay-Z, now, this is one thing I can say about Jay-Z. Jay-Z is somebody who's going to latch on to somebody he sees that's going to be great.
Like
Jay-Z
what he
worked
did with
the
Young
Jeezys.
Chris.
Yeah,
Like the
worked
same
with
thing
the
he did with
Jeezys.
Young Chris.
Yeah.
and Chris
Even Rick
Hemsworth.
Ross. Like,
So-
he sees
so-
these people and they're going to be great. They're going to elevate. What he did with Drake when he brought him on tour before Drake was even signed. He
Jeezy.
brought him on tour.
I mean,
Jeezy.
well, I'm not even
All
talking
these artists he latched on to.
He wasn't great because of that. He was
Kanye.
great because of marketing.
Yeah.
Listen, it's a guy in the industry. Look him up. His name Kevin Black. He posted on the internet like 3 months ago, and I haven't seen that clip no more. He said, if it wasn't for me, there would have been no Eminem, and he's telling the exact truth.
Wow.
And
I believe it.
And the only reason why I know he's telling the truth because I did the marketing for Interscope, right? Eminem, when I tell you his name was at the lowest of the totem pole Poe from promotion and marketing. It was the worst. Cause KRS-One said something when Eminem came out. They said, "How do you feel about a white male becoming the poster child of hip hop?" He said, "I feel like it's a disgrace."
Yeah.
Because
Listen, I'm not disagree. I don't disagree with any of that. But what I had to do is I'm separating the artist from the album. We all know Eminem comes from white privilege. If he was a black rapper rapping the way that he rapped and about the subjects and the topics that he rapped about,
never
probably wouldn't have
would have
got as much
made
Yeah.
it.
exposure. He was Esham, basically,
Yeah,
but
he was.
And
with top level production and a budget behind him.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say. I'm just gonna say I'm separating the artist from the album. That Marshall Mathers LP was crazy for
So
me. I don't know.
so he got Marshall Mathers LP. What you got as far as artistic innovation?
ooh, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Arrested Development.
Okay. That was before my time. But go ahead. I want to hear about
I mean,
it.
it was
Make it quick.
it was a great album. It
Okay.
was just a great album, and it had culture,
Okay.
and it had undeniable, unapologetic culture.
What about
Okay.
To Pimp a Butterfly?
Who?
To Pimp a
Pimp a
Butterfly.
Butterfly.
Kendrick Lamar.
I didn't listen. I never listened to Kendrick to the last album
GNX. That's the only album you listen to.
that I had listened to at that time.
You missed out.
Only
missed
because,
out.
I just I would like if they don't give praise to like people like E40. You know what I mean? Sugar Free. If you listen to it, you hear Sugar Free and E40 all through Kendrick. You feel me?
But Kendrick come from that cloth, though.
But yeah, he come from that cloth. And you listen to Kendrick, you can hear a little bit of Eminem
And
and
he's
Andre
gonna
3000.
praise, and he gives everybody their props. He's not
Yeah.
gonna say that he came up and became this great artist by himself. He tells you, these are the people that influenced me, and this is the reason why I'm
Yeah,
making.
and he took
great
from them. All the greats take from somebody.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, so
I mean, of course, because you hear the story about Prince and Michael Jackson. That was deep. They said Prince was in somberness, man. When Michael died, they said that man was in somberness for a good 4, 5, 6 months, and all he could talk about was Michael Jackson.
wow,
Because Michael pushed him. Michael pushed Prince.
Yeah,
he did.
But you gotta
really
have
did.
that person too that pushes you to that creative level. But
Yeah.
when you hear Thundercat, you can hear George Clinton. You can hear that funk in the Thundercat. Thundercat was a producer on the To Pimp a Butterfly. He does a lot of work with Kendrick, a lot of work with West Coast artists. But he's
I agree
kind of
with
like
you.
from that. But you get it, like people, music this day, you can hear the influence. It's like you can
Yeah.
hear who these artists are influenced by. Most of them.
Majority of
Some
the
of them
influence
is
of music always come
copycat.
from Motown and Philly International, Philadelphia International.
Yeah.
Those are the top music camps in the world.
I agree with you about that though. As far as the artistic innovation goes, that was a great album. You know why?
It
I
caught
think that
everybody
was
off guard. Nobody thought he would come that
and
way.
that's exactly what I was about to say. He threw everybody off because they was expecting to hear something similar to Good Kid, Mad City, and he did
and
something
went
totally
did a
different.
total left.
Yeah, so I agree with you on that.
I lied. The first time I heard the Kendrick Lamar album was the one that was unmixed and unmastered.
Yeah, that's a
Untitled?
good album. too.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Untitled
was a good
Unmasked.
album.
And I did like that. That's what made me start liking him.
Yeah, that was a good album. That was a good album.
But then again, that was a good album too because he brought you into the process. Listening to that album is like being in the studio watching him create. Even though it's like, this is not really hits, it's a bunch of throwaways, but it's like understanding the process. Like, and that's what makes classic music. All these different things coming together, these
I
different
agree.
entities,
I
the
agree.
background people, the engineer, the people playing bass on track 4, or you know what I'm saying? All these different entities coming together to make one piece of music that just
And
stands
you
the test of time.
you mentioned somebody who get the least credit.
Engineers.
Yeah, the engineers get the least credit, but they're the most important.
Yeah, they are. They're very important. As far as artistic innovation goes, and y'all, I know Miles probably did not hear this album. Mel, you probably did. I got to give it to Chris Brown and Tyga, and I could care less about Tyga, but here's
Fan of
why
a
I'm
fan?
throwing it on there. Yeah, fan of a fan. Chris Brown, that was my first time hearing Chris Brown rap. That was me knowing, oh, this guy can sing, but he sings,
He
and
rap.
he can really rap.
He rap better than he can.
And
He-
yeah,
music.
I agree with that. Of course, the ladies won't agree, but I agree. I feel like Chris Brown is one of the singers that should be rapping, but because he don't have the look of a rapper, that's probably why it won't work for him. Trey Songz can rap, but it won't work for him either.
I wanted to see the album of Trey, Chris, and Drake. I wanted to have a group called TDC.
That ain't gonna happen.
That would have been dope, and the tours would have been dumb.
It would have been. However, the problem is Drake. Well, Drake got the biggest ego out of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So that's strike one. And then also, Drake got a problem with being cool with people and then like messing with the chicks.
You want to mess with somebody,
staying cool with them. Yeah, he got a thing. He remind me of Diddy a little bit. Diddy like to mess around with everybody's girl and like literally their girl while he's actively dealing with them. Like it's weird behavior. But I got to give it to.
I got an album. I got an album that everybody should listen to that y'all might. I don't know if y'all heard it or not. And y'all might know the artist. I'm sure y'all know the artist. Malibu by Anderson .Paak. If you want to hear something sonically,
yes,
fire.
You want to hear something sonically like out of the way and just rap and art like.
Yeah,
that put me up on Anderson .Paak, and that's a fire album.
That's a great album. That's a great album. Now, what about Cohesion and Quality? What's an album that you could listen to without skipping?
Black Album.
Black Album.
There's a lot of albums we already said already. Black Album.
I'm gonna throw Black Album in there, but I'm gonna also say Victory.
Kendrick album.
A Victory Lap. A Victory Lap. I could agree with you about Kendrick albums because I don't call it. Yeah, I could. Well, the only album that I probably didn't listen to like that from Kendrick is Damn. Like I listened to it, but it didn't. I don't think
that's the only album that can have separate songs and you could throw them all over the place and it don't sound like they belong together. But it's a cohesive album too because he has that storyline where he's bringing everything together of how his dad met Top Dog and how that meeting is the reason why Kendrick is where he is.
Yeah,
the way that meeting went.
I could definitely agree. Any other albums y'all could think of?
But Victory Lap is definitely something that made me. It's definitely an album that made me wish Nipsey. I wanted to see where Nipsey would take it.
I'm gonna say the King of Rock.
That album.
The King of Rock. Okay.
You like I wasn't around, but okay.
What's that? Nipsey?
Yes.
Okay.
King of Rock album. Okay. I can listen to it because
I think I was born when that came out.
You probably was. LL Cool J wrote like 3 songs on there.
Really?
And so,
I didn't even know.
Yeah. Well, he wrote the King of Rock.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wrote Daryl and Joe.
Yeah.
He's one more thing he wrote. Yeah. I mean, because back then I was a fan of younger people or the underdogs standing on top. Gotcha. And LL Cool J beat every obstacle that most people had.
Got you.
Being 16 years old, writing for the #1 rap group in the world. I mean, it goes on and on. LL Cool J was a beast.
I'm trying. You know what? I got to throw one more album on there as far as cohesiveness and quality goes. I gotta throw Gifted on there. The Gifted album by Wale.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
definitely a cohesive album.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that was a great album.
Wale.
I gotta throw one.
Wale is a super He's probably one of the most underrated rappers.
Yeah,
than anybody in the whole world. Yeah, I can say that.
I got a cohesive album for me is, and it's one that I always go back to. Food and Liquor 2. Lupe Fiasco.
Man, Lupe, man, that
Lupe
album,
Fiasco.
man, that dude is a monster, bro. But
he was until he started dogging people, and it seemed like the more he dogged people, the worse he got.
It's like I don't even think he got worse. I think he dumbed himself down on purpose because people weren't listening to him when he was. People weren't really listening to him when he was at a high level.
I think they was. It's just that they didn't. One thing about people who's intelligent, you don't have to keep telling me.
Right.
Let it show.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with most people. I'm smart. When I hear a person tell me I'm smart, I'm like I push away from them quick.
Yeah.
Because who are you to say that you're smart?
Yeah, you gonna go out your way to try to prove it. It's
well, that's what I like about Royce too, though. Royce is definitely, you can hear the intellectual side of Royce.
Yeah.
And on the next song, yeah, on the next song he gonna come back and give you some ratchet shit too. So
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
you can get both. You get both sides of race. But that's what Lupe is definitely underrated. If you haven't heard Food and Liquor Too, it's a cohesive album. He's
I'm gonna
preaching a lot about Black Power, but it's a good
Yeah.
album.
I'm gonna tell you somebody who was going at Lupe. Or Lupe called himself going after. It's a person who's called. I think he calls himself Gemini. He's a gospel rapper.
Oh, really?
And when I say he told Gemini, he told Lupe ass a whole new, like, dog. Lupe ain't saying nothing else bad about this man.
I think Royce need to get his lick back from Lupe dissing him too. Royce should have
Yeah,
got his lick back. Royce
I
should
think
have
that
got
would
his
have been
lick
a
back.
good little battle
With-
too.
I think that would have been a great battle. Only difference is Lupe can freestyle better than Royce, but Royce's pen is deadly. Yeah.
Yeah, Royce Payne.
What up, though? Caller, you on the air?
Hey, what up, though? What up, though?
What
What
up,
up,
G?
though?
Y'all talking one of my favorite subjects, of course, this hip hop thing.
Yeah. So what's up?
Hey, on that cohesiveness, I gotta go with Clips. They
Yeah.
newest album,
Oh yeah, they
Right.
knew it was fire.
only built for Cuban links, Raekwon.
Okay.
And then Gifted, I also agree with that like a mug. But Midnight Marauders, A Tribe Called Quest. That mother was crazy.
Mhm.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
can
The
agree
whole
with that.
flow,
I
where it was
definitely
put
agree with
together,
that.
everything, man.
Man, that country come out, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
All right, man.
Definitely.
Hey, dope show, y'all. I'm gonna
Thank
keep
you.
listening,
No
man.
problem.
man.
Get out.
Okay. So we gonna huh?
You want to go?
Oh, okay, cool.
No, I thought you gotta go.
No, I will pretty soon.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but we got one more to get to. Emotional Connection. First album come to mind.
Ooh, that's a deep one. James Brown. Emotional connection. The only song I was connected to emotionally in the very beginning was created by a fellow white friend, Eminem, with "Lose Yourself."
Okay.
That's the first emotional connection. And "Dear Mama." My God, "Dear Mama," I'm lying. "Dear Mama, Dear Mama, Dear Mama."
Okay.
That's probably the greatest emotional connection I ever had. And then it was Eminem, "Lose Yourself." Because if anybody know how it ever feels to be on stage and you got a point to prove,
Yeah.
man, feeling Mom's Spaghetti. I understood that, and that's the only Eminem record I ever connect. That's the first Eminem record I ever was connected to.
So nothing, no albums, just songs for you.
Yes.
What about you, Mel?
Emotional album as far as emotional connection as far as an album goes. It's a lot of R&B,
Yeah,
but
same for me.
hip hop. I would have to say, man, I'm gonna sound crazy because it's a lot later, but I'm gonna say "To Pimp a Butterfly" because of the time that we was in, just everything that was going on, and I think Kendrick had to make that album because
The
I
time
think
we was in, the time we
yeah,
was
the time
in.
we were, it kind of explained everything that we were feeling like as a culture, the things that were happening with the police, the things that were happening in politics, just things that were happening in black culture that nobody wanted to step up and kind of speak up on. It was like a lot of our stars and artists and people that were up top was scared to speak on these issues extensively because, of course, you got a lot of stuff at stake. And I think emotionally it was like, man, bro, we needed this. That everything's gonna be all right. That the song where he's talking about looking in the mirror and seeing himself, like seeing how he reacted to certain things, about how he was complicit in a lot of the stuff that goes on in the black neighborhoods with like gang banging and stuff. Just him looking in the mirror and seeing like black culture in himself and bringing it to the forefront as an artist. I really connected with that. It
Yeah.
made me want to be, you know what I'm saying? It made me want to be a better black man. It made me want to be a better, uh, citizen to the black community. So I think
Dope.
that even though it was later on in life, that had an emotional connection.
We getting a lot of feedback.
Go ahead.
Shout out to what Sharice made me understand. Son of a mother. DOC. DOC
Okay.
album, the first album.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous. And that's
Yeah.
probably the most underrated albums in the history of hip hop too.
Okay.
The doom 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 doom. Dr. Dre when he did the formula,
Mm-hmm.
dude.
Well, who else in the comments? Because I saw something earlier.
Miss Monique had just said something.
Oh,
She
Yusuf said
Miseducation.
"Life Goes On"
Miseducation.
by Tupac.
Oh yeah, that's a good song.
Yeah.
Good song.
Me Against the World is undoubtedly, it says it all too.
Yeah.
Me Against the World. I like all the Tupac records until I actually performed with him, and he messed up my concert. I hated Tupac for a long time.
So we gonna get into that next episode because we gonna start the next episode off with that story. So
Oh,
just
you
remember
hate
that.
Tupac.
As far as emotional connections, for me it was an Eminem song as well. I'm Not Afraid.
I'm not a bad.
And then after that, it was Flesh because I could relate to it. It was about Royce the 5'9". If you ain't never heard that song, listen to it. He was not only rapping his ass off, he was rapping his ass off, but also explaining like the lifestyle I was living. And he ended the song off so cold. He said, "I don't like the way ex-wife sound. That don't got a ring to it."
Yeah.
I was
yeah,
like,
that's
"Oh
fine.
my god!" Yeah, so,
Wow.
yeah. That
You
was.
still-
Yeah.
But I got a bunch of songs that I can
Yeah.
relate to, and that emotionally, that has an emotional connection. But as far as albums, complete albums, like when I put that "To Pimp a Butterfly" on, it takes me back to a space and time, and I think we like kind of forget sometimes because time goes on and we think everything's better, and it's not really better. But that's just a reminder of the space that we are in as Black people in this country. So when
Yeah.
I put that on, it's just a reminder, like, don't get stagnant or don't get complacent. It's always remember we got to push forward as a culture and as a community. So
For
that's
me,
why.
as far as the album is concerned, I have to go with something recent, which is Everything Is a Lot. Wale's
Oh, yeah.
newest album. And I say that because when you listen to the album, what I got from it, it's like, yeah, women are gonna do some bullshit.
Yeah.
You still gotta love them to some extent, depending on who you're dealing with. If you really love that woman, you're gonna deal with the BS that comes with dealing with her. But you
also
don't
gotta
have to
look
be
at yourself.
you don't have to be no fool. And I think I connect with that album the most. So yeah, man, that's a very great album. Like, it's not even the best rap album to me, like, of last year. That was just the best album last year
Best
to me.
album, baby.
Yeah,
I
in
hope he
general.
get his Grammy. I swear I hope he get his Grammy.
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
probably
he
gonna play him
deserve
because
it.
they don't like his personality and he ain't light skinned enough. So yeah, that's
Facts.
yeah, that's probably gonna be the end of that. But hey, listen, guys, great show.
Great show.
Thank you for everybody that tapped in, man. I appreciate y'all. We'll be right back here next week, man. Mel, appreciate you, my guy. Congratulations. You know, you got a baby on the way.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. So tap in with us next week, and then you know what, we're gonna tap into some R&B as well, because we can't do the hip hop without the
Yeah,
R&B. So
we
we're gonna
gotta have
definitely do that.
R&B.
We're gonna definitely do that, man. Miles, thanks again. You
No
already
problem,
know
brother.
what it is, man. Everybody, we'll be back here next week. Love y'all. We out of here.
Peace.
Indeed.